You are listening to another edition of the Bloody Legends with Jai That Aussie Metal Guy and Jim Taylor. Don't you forget to be a bloody legend and hit that like and subscribe so you can keep up to date with all the great content from these two bloody legends. Cheers, mate. Here we go. Hey, how you all going? It's time for another edition of the Bloody Legends with myself and my awesome co-host, the one and only Jim Taylor. How have you been, my friend?
God bless you, brother.
God bless
I'm doing
you,
awesome, my friend. I'm doing awesome. I'm coming off the heels of a show with Green Jelly.
I know, and if no one knows who Green Jelly is, you sure fucking, if you're around our age, you would have heard the track, Little Pig, Let Me In.
No, oh, dude. It was rad, man. We were at our friend's bar. Our friends own the bar Jabberjaws in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Great venue. There's a couple other bands I want to get us for the podcast.
Yep.
That play there. And we had a hell of a night. And if you go on Green Jelly's Instagram, you'll see a post with there's a post from that show with yours truly in my denim jacket and a punk style. I look like a very punk Beaker from the Muppets, but I ended up on the main floor during Green Jelly. But it was truly an honor. Bill Manspeaker, listen, we'll send this to you. We'd love to have you on the podcast, but thank you for having us there. But it was very cool. But unfortunately, I missed our interview. I apologize, brother.
That was all right, man. We rolled along. We did manage to muddle through without your brother as well, so that was good.
No, I don't like that, though.
I think it was Stray in the Wild, or was it Paul Crosby? I can't remember, but I remember. I think Paul. It was funny we done that one with Dark Remedy because I ended up chatting with Paul the very next day as well.
Correct.
Yeah, Paul plays drums with Dark Remedy, but also with Saliva as well, which was really bloody cool.
Correct.
Fun out there. I did publish that one the other day as well. If people want to go check that out, we are fast approaching Halloween, and we do have, with any luck, we do have Kurt Deimer jumping in as well, which is actually works out really quite
very
well.
excited.
In to Halloween. We will jump into all his work, but he's done a few horror movies as well as being killed by Michael Myers, which we will get more into when Kurt does join us a little bit later, man. But what's some of your favorite go-to Halloween movies, and what have you been watching lately?
Okay. So after I left Allentown on Friday, I was meeting my uncle. We were going to catch the it was a Penn State football game, and the Phillies were playing. So I'm I'm way outside Philadelphia, but my uncle's right outside. Anyway, I ended up going to the movies.
Nice.
So I went to go see the new Exorcist.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So this is funny. I got there, I've been playing all night. We had a good end of the night. I got there 45 minutes before the movie started. This is funny. There's a backstory to this. I end up in the theater. I say, Exorcist believer. I'm in. No one in the theater except me. Everyone else was at Taylor Swift, the Eras tour, and that's beautiful. No disrespect to Taylor Swift. So I was the only one there. I don't want to give anything away, but at the same time, I don't think I'm going to give anything away. I appreciate what Mr. Green was trying to do with the film, but the original Exorcist from 1973 is such a lightning in a bottle. That being said, the idea of having two possessed girls was amazing, and there was a cool idea, but there was definitely, I hate to say gaps, and I don't want to piss in this man's Cheerios, because if he needs somebody to score his movie, I'm in. But it was I'm an infinitely positive man, so I know it's been getting negative reviews, but I want to applaud David Gordon Green for trying to create a different world.
Yep.
With Exorcist Believer. It was definitely something that was interesting to watch, especially with the two girls in that, and then bringing back I'm sorry, Ellen Burstyn.
Yep.
And there were throwbacks to the original Exorcist. So it was pretty fascinating to watch that, and there was definitely moments that was like, whoa, that was crazy.
Here we go.
But oh, there he is, and there's Mr. Kurt.
Talking horror movies. There we go.
And I want to talk to this man about Halloween. Mr. Kurt.
Mr. Kurt
Deimer. Mr. Kurt.
Pleased to meet you, my friend.
Thank you for joining us. Indeed.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my God.
Appreciate it.
Absolute
yes, sir.
Pleasure. We've got myself and Jim over there. Jim, you can open up, mate, for a change.
No, that's weird.
Yeah, I know.
We were just talking about. Oh my God. Usually it's shy, but like, Sarah, wonderful for you to be on. I was just talking about. I just come off a show with my band, Lenny. We opened for Green Jelly last Thursday, and then on Friday I went to I went to the movies, which I haven't done in years, and I went to see Exorcist Believer. So we were talking about that a little bit. Okay, so
I heard it wasn't very good.
Well, here's the thing. I want to applaud Mr. Gordon Green for trying to create an atmosphere and all that, and there were definitely parts of the movie, but you cannot recreate The Exorcist in 1973. But that being said, awesome job. But it was very cool. But beyond that, thank you for being with us, man.
Oh yeah, man.
This is so cool, brother.
I appreciate you guys having me and believing in what I'm doing, and it's my pleasure, man. Without folks like you guys, then nobody know who the fuck Kurt Deimer is. So here we are.
Absolute pleasure, Kurt. I'm keen to chat a whole lot about what you've been doing, not only with the world of music. Your latest single is Doom. I do want to hit that one right off the head, but you also do a lot of film work. I want to go right back to the beginning of all of this, from reading from the presses and that you kind of went through some tough shit, you know, fucking addiction problems, and changed your life a bit and kind of had a new outlook on how you looked and things. Tell me a little bit about the beginning of that all, because it's kind of similar to my journey as a young lad, overcoming drug addiction and pushing forward and making changes in my life. So tell me about the start of it all for you, my friend.
Well, you guys can hear me all right, right?
Perfectly, mate. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I pretty much quit doing music at 20. I got married to my kid's mom. I raised 3 boys. I got my bachelor's degree, got my master's degree. I worked in the oil business. I started my own oil companies in 99. But early on, I did a lot of drugs and stuff before I was 20, 21, because I had anxiety and I didn't know why I had such bad anxiety. I'd get those panic attacks and shit. And I didn't know my brain didn't make serotonin. So what do you do as a kid? You just self-medicate and just try to make yourself feel better. So I figured all that out about age 30, probably. I went through my 20s just anxiety ridden, and figured out how to make serotonin in my brain. I had to figure it out on my own. No doctor wanted to help me. I actually went to the doctor and said, this is exactly what I need. And it changed my whole life. But so I dabbled in all that shit. I never did heroin or any of that, which is what Doom's about. But I know a lot of people that have done heroin. I know deceased people that have done heroin. And it's just an evil, dooming drug, just like any drug addiction, opioids or whatever. So when I wrote Doom, I wanted to not only write a movie for a horror movie, a song about Doom, but I also always write to try to share my life experiences with others so that they may avoid some of the pitfalls that I've been through, because there aren't many people in the world like me who can just get up and just keep going and have a work ethic like I do and don't let things get me down. A lot of people succumb to what their issues are. So that's
Sure.
kind of what happened. So I started these oil companies, and then in 2017, I went to do a cameo in Trading Paint with John Travolta and Shania Twain and Michael
Yeah.
Madsen,
Yeah.
all these stars.
Trackman Bob.
And they ended up
Yeah.
putting me in the movie. And then like 2 months later, I get cast in the Halloween reboot of the original with John Carpenter and David Gordon Green as the director.
Exactly.
And like, I can't pass that up. I get to be one of the few killed by the real Michael Myers, not a spinoff. And
yeah, right.
So I did that, and then I was in Alabama doing some other little film work and stuff, just kind of transitioning from working at my oil company into the acting thing. And then I met Ben Trexel, and he had a few songs, and I go, well, I sing a lot different than most people, and I used to sing. So I didn't get back into that until like 2019, 2020. And we made a demo together and all this stuff, and we took it to LA. And at that time, I got a little studio and rented it out there. I knew I had something different, and Chris Lord-Alge agreed to mix my demo, and
That's
the rest is
killer.
kind of history from there. Yeah, it's just kind of fucking crazy how it all happened. But that's it in a nutshell, without getting into too much, detail. But
I
that's
mean,
how I
you
got
have.
where I am right.
That's so beautiful, though, because you have one of the most unique guitar players in Phil X,
Well,
and then
he's
one of the
not in the
most.
band. Yeah, Phil's not in the
Oh,
band anymore.
did he
It's
just
Sammy
record
Bowler
for
now.
you?
No, he
Oh,
played with me
wonderful!
the first couple years, but now
Couple tricks.
Sammy Bowler out of Detroit,
Oh,
who
that's killer.
Sammy
he won the
Bowler,
Aldemiola
Dango,
Award at
Brandon,
20. Yeah, Dango, Brendan
Yeah.
Hingle, my bass player, and Brandon Paul's the other guitarist.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
But you know what? You know what's cool though?
Absolutely.
Back in the day, in the '80s, because you guys, this is an Australian show, right?
Oh, Australian American. We're worldwide, mate.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. I'm down under.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what my favorite band was in the '80s: the Hoodoo Gurus.
Fuck yeah.
You ever hear them?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm an Aussie. Everyone knows who the Gurus, man. That's
Indeed.
so good.
In fact, I'm gonna hit them up because they're my favorite band from back then, and a lot of what I do I modeled after Dave, and I like their sound and just the way they brought the rock, the way they did it.
Killer.
And it'd be great to go to Australia and just do like every city with the Gurus. Kurt Deimer and the Hoodoo Gurus would be amazing. So maybe that's how we'll get to Australia. Yeah.
If anyone can make
Yes,
that
sir.
happen, it's probably you, Kurt, because you've already played with some amazing musicians, and as you said, working with
for
Chris
sure.
Lord-Alge as well, and the management team. You got Brian Wheat there, who manages Tesla, and already
Right.
in your short music career, you've worked with some great musicians, and also played with some amazing fucking bands. You're on tour at the moment. It's like Mushroom Head, Skid Row, Buck Cherry was what last month, pardon me, in September. September
Last
as well.
month.
So what's it like, man, playing like all these supports for these great bands as well, and kind of having this recognition? And one thing I've noticed with everybody saying, like, I've noticed the comments and that everybody is always going, man, Kurt puts on an amazing show. His performances, his energy while he's on stage, it's kind of, really refreshing to see.
Yeah, I go out there and I just do it the way I do it, and you either like it or you don't. We all don't like the same shit, in life, but we got a lot of people coming out and they're like, your new refreshing rock and roll sound that isn't typical of what you hear on the radio and everything. We're still trying to get, radio used to the Kurt Deimer sound, and they're coming around now, especially with Doom out. And we'll get there. It's just a matter of time. It's not a matter of if it's going to happen. It's a matter of when, because I'm not going to give up until it does.
It's killer, Kurt. It's absolutely killer.
Thank you. No, absolutely. But I bring the energy on stage. I don't care how much room I have. And then once I can headline, I'll bring the theatrical stuff in, and we'll get even crazier. But right now, I got to do what I got to do. We've only been touring 2 years, so we're pretty blessed to be where we are at this point.
exactly. Touring a couple of years. You've only been around for a couple of 4 years or something like that at the moment. And so what was that like for you, going through like your career, like your business career and everything, and then reaching a point and going, look, this is something I'm extremely passionate about. And I know with your music, it's all about singing about life experience and bringing positivity, work hard, rock hard, play hard, and spread positivity is your message. So what was that like, coming in and going, look, this is what I want to fucking do, and this is something I'm going to work hard at doing regardless, because it's something I need to do as a person to create?
Yeah, I knew I had shut down my creative side back when I was young, and my sister and my dad, they're both passed, and I grew up in a family of four, but she was the big singer and all that, and I went to all her plays. She was in all that shit, and I was kind of the dark horse. And then my dad passed 3 years after my sister, and they're with me every night I play. But when I got in that movie Trading Pain, I'm just telling you, I got in the car with my driver, headed back to Ohio from Alabama, and I'm like, that was a sign that I need to tap back into my creative side. And then, of course, Halloween came. Then the music started happening. Well, I can do both, and that's what launched it all. If I wouldn't have gone down and got into that movie out of the blue, then I probably wouldn't be doing this right now. But that was a sign, and I look for signs in life. I'm a big believer in that.
That's beautiful, my friend.
Yeah.
No, that's beautiful, my friend. I love David Gordon Green as well. Like I said, the Exorcist movie. I know it's been to compare to the original. You're not going to, but I applaud him and Danny McBride for trying to create something different and interesting. What was it like? And again with the Halloween series, what was it like?
They had the ball.
I was gonna say, what was like working with them?
Family and all that. Yeah, it was crazy.
I was gonna say, what was that like working with them? And you were killed by the original Michael Myers, Nick Castle, right?
No, I was killed by James Jude Courtney. I hung out with him all day in the gas station with prosthetic on my face.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And if he ever listens to this, I want to get him on the podcast as well. He's an amazing guy. But yes, okay, I was, because I knew Nick Castle was in that. So you were killed by Jude. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'll text James and tell him that you guys want to have him on the podcast.
Please do. Please do.
But now that he's
cool.
big, he's got to go through his management like I do. But it's like I'll text him though. And tell them you guys want to have them on. But yeah, it was iconic, man. That I'm in these prosthetic magazines. We had a big horror convention. We went out and signed as the movie was coming out. We had a premiere out at the Chinese Theater out in LA, and it was pretty crazy.
Oh, you were Growlins. That's so cool, dude.
Yeah, I walked the red carpet. Fuck yeah, it was weird.
That's so cool.
But
I knew was surreal, man.
Oh, I loved it. I mean, I'm there with Weird Al Yankovic, Marilyn Manson, this after party. There's Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, it was crazy.
Wow.
And did that kind of inspire you to kind of, go on with the Hellbilly Hollow stuff and, keep going on with the movie? Tell us a little bit about that side of things as well and what you got going on there, my friend.
Yeah. Sitting there in Halloween and seeing what a real, because the other one I kind of got thrown into it at the very last minute. So I had been on that set, but to go to the Halloween set and how organized, I was like, okay, I can do my own horror franchise like Halloween did back in the day, and then I can be the lead in it, and I can be crazy as fuck. And I already had this idea, and I called my buddy Kevin Wayne, who's an actor who I was filming some stuff with, and I just said, let's do that horror movie together. And it was Hellbilly Hollow, and it's an actual attraction in Alabama. So we had the set right there. We had a couple campers. We lived in the campers on the site the whole time, and over that whole month of March, we just shot Hellbilly Hollow, and it turned out so great. But I didn't have the right people around me that knew how to do the post and all that. So it's taken a little bit to get it to where it is today, but it's epic now. But I don't want to put it out yet. It's going to come out next year. But I shot another movie now since Hellbilly Hollow called Scared to Death with Lynn Shay from Insidious. And
I was going to say, I know about this. That's so cool.
And Kingpin. And then Bill Mosely from the Devil's Rejects,
He's the
who I
man.
modeled my character in Hellbilly Hollow after. And then so now Bill and I are good friends, and we just shot this killer movie that the big companies can't wait to get into the theaters, and that should come out
Beautiful.
first. Then people will know who I am because I star in that movie as the Grog, who's a horror icon from years past. And there's a great campaign around that. And then they'll know who Kurt Deimer is, and Hellbilly Hollow will come out, and then I've already written Hellbilly Hollow too. So
No kidding. Oh, that's beautiful, man.
and then we'll get that out, and then you tie that in with the music, because in Hellbilly Hollow, there's probably 7 of our songs on the soundtrack, and I wrote Doom for that movie, and then for Scared to Death,
Very
I wrote this killer song for Scared to Death called Scared to Death. So we'll get everything incorporated, We'll get the Grog out there, we'll get AKA Kurt Deimer or whatever. So
that's awesome. I'm looking forward to that as well. Do want to go over that couple of tracks you brought out last year as well, that My Dad and Hero tracks, man. They're both really, really cool tracks. My Dad, obviously, an ode to your father as well. Really, really well done, and a beautiful track there.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, a couple, 3 years after he passed in 16, I probably wrote that in 19. I was just standing outside on my deck. This is when I still drank beer. I quit drinking beer. Now I just drink vodka and water. But I was drinking quite a few beers, and was thinking about my dad. And it was like 2 a.m, and that's the only song I've written that all the lyrics that I wrote in like 15 minutes stayed the same for the whole song. And then I sent it to Ben, my original writing partner, and he turned it into the original. And then Phil X and Chris Lord Alge and I made it what it is today. So that's a tribute to my dad. We'll play it live when we can headline. Right now we're limited, as to what we can do.
Yep.
And Hero I wrote because people need to realize that we can all be heroes in life, and we need to help each other and just be kind and take care of each other. And I just wanted to honor military and veterans and first responders, from COVID, and our, all of our first responders as well, who without any of them, we couldn't enjoy life every day. And I don't know why people in their right mind think that we can live without first responders, but the world's crazy. Amen. And luckily these people keep fighting and doing their job for us. So
yes, sir.
I wanted to honor them.
Definitely love the message to that Hero track. Not only the first responders there, but everybody is a hero. Help each other, do the right thing, and it's something I've been extremely passionate about and trying to be positive, no matter what shit we've gone through in life or what has happened to us. Negative.
No doubt.
What we've lost in our life or the addictions we've overcome, we can still turn that around and make something positive with our life. Look at what you've done. You turned your life around. You went into business. Now it's like, look, you want to go into music, and you've done all this off your own bat through hard work. And not every day is easy, but you still get up every day and just try and spread that message and work hard and show people that it's something I've always been proud of doing too. No matter like how low I am in my life, I can still do something positive. And that's something I like about the message you're spreading at the moment, because people do see that.
1,000%.
Even me with, I'm like battling stage 4 cancer at the moment, Kurt. And like I've been diagnosed in March, and it's something I've been battling through. But all through this, I've tried to do something positive. And, it shows people that it doesn't matter where you are or what you're going through or how hard things are, you can still turn that around into a positive message.
Yes, you can.
Yes,
and you never give up, and you keep going. And people go, "How long?" I'm gonna do this till you bury me in the ground. I can do music, I can do movies until an old age, and you only live once, and why not make the most of your time that you have on Earth, because you don't know when it's going to end. And that's what I believe. And I just work my ass off and take care of people. I give. I'm a big giver. I believe the more you give, the more you get in life. And I'm fortunate to be in a position I'm at, and I earned it myself. Nobody handed me anything. And now I can give freely to whoever I want, which is what I do directly. So
Exactly. And through your music and through your films as well, which must be really great to do. I want to talk about the track Burn Together with the almighty Geoff Tate, man. What a fucking track, bro. Like, I was cranking that up this morning. And like, if you don't feel like you can't get up and just kick the day's ass after hearing that, I don't know what will.
You're not wrong, Jay.
Yeah, no, that was Jeff's been very instrumental in helping launch Kurt Deimer. He took me out on my first tour 2 years ago. He agreed to do the video. We met in LA. We went to Chris Lord-Alge's studio. I picked that song as the one I thought our voices could blend together well on. And that song's about the demise of the family unit, you know, and how nowadays you don't go home and have dinner together and any of that shit. And that's maybe one of the problems that's contributing to a lot of the chaos in the world. So I wanted to write about how we're all burning together, and Geoff just killed it on that. And Geoff and I are getting ready to do another song together here in December when he gets off tour, but I can't speak about, but it's going to blow you guys away. And it's another one of my versions of a cover song. But think of Have a Cigar and think of something even more epic. So
awesome.
Wow.
And that Have a Cigar
That's
track,
awesome,
man.
Kurt.
Pink Floyd cover.
I was gonna say,
killer track as well.
Thank
Was that one of the first ones you kind of went with there?
Yeah, Ben and I he wanted me to do it, and I really wasn't feeling the vibe. But then Chris Lord-Alge said, "I'm okay." Once he knew what my voice was like, and as I was learning how to sing again, he said, "Let's do this one this way, and I'm going to show you what we can do with Pink Floyd, Have a Cigar, and I think it'll be epic." And that's how I met Phil, and that's how Phil became part of the band. And he had Phil play the guitars on it. And that solo was his first take on the solo, and he didn't change anything. Then we got together, shot the video during COVID, and it was the first song that we put out. So yeah, Have a Cigar kind of launched it all.
It's so killer, dude. It's so killer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's the one song we played live every show I played. So.
Oh hell yeah.
It's never been dropped from the set list, so people love it once they hear Harper. And any covers I do, I'm going to do it the way I do it, because I don't intend to do a cover where I'm doing it like the artist. I want to do my interpretation of their great work, you know. So
1000%. It's so much cooler when you take it your own way instead of like, well, I'm going to play this note for note. You know, and that's no offense to people who can play note for note. That's beautiful, but like, make it your own. You know what I mean? So that's beautiful, Kurt. It was awesome, dude.
Yeah, well, there's enough cover bands copying and doing it note for note. If you want to create something as a musician, you kind of want to do something a little bit different as well, and kind of make it your own.
Yeah, you want to just say, hey, here's Kurt Deimer. Here's my interpretation, and people are like, what the hell is that? Oh yeah, this is awesome. So I love it. We play it every show.
Beautiful, man.
So we did talk about your horror franchise and everything you got going on there with Hellbilly Hollow, and then the Halloween and everything like that. We'll talk about your music, dude. But coming into Halloween, what's one of your all-time favorite horror movies, man, that kind of, you know, inspired you to kind of get right into the horror movies, man?
Yes, sir.
Devil's Rejects, my favorite, and the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
The original Halloween. Those are probably the top three.
I remember sitting at my mates when the original Nightmare on Elm Street's come out, 'cause, you know, I'm 43, Charles, you know, old enough or young enough to be watching it then. And I'd run home at the end of the night after watching the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. It's like, it's shitless. Like, and his brother is scared the shit out watching it, dude. And you watch them now, but like then, dude, they created such a memory, I think, in our minds as well, seeing these iconic horror movies. Just crazy.
Yeah, it was badass. And Devil's Rejects was just trip. I just love that movie.
I just watched that again not long ago, The Devil's Rejects, and House of a Thousand Corpses, dude. That's so cool, man. With Doctor Strange at the end, that twist in it. Rob Zombie kind of brought that back
a little
bit to what horror movies were.
Right, exactly. And that's what I
Well,
think we've done with Hellbilly Hollow and Scared to Death. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna be scared. We ad libbed a lot, Bill and I ad libbed pretty much everything in Hellbilly. And I think you guys are gonna have a great time watching it. It's gonna be like these guys are fucked up, but that's good shit.
that's
You don't
beautiful.
see that very.
Well,
Yeah,
Bill Mosely is
it's
such an
gonna take you on a
amazing
little ride.
actor. It would have been a blast working with him, but you just kind of you believe him, man. He just he feels like
Yeah.
this could be actually him. Like when you see him in these
Him,
roles, like
right.
dude, you're like, fuck, man, I'd like to sit with him, but yeah,
Oh yeah,
he does such a good job on him. Like really an amazing job.
he's he's so solid, and he made a comment to our director. He said that Kurt's one of the best straight men I've ever worked with, which was a huge compliment. And then Lynn
Oh, dude,
Shay
that's beautiful, man.
in her
That's
own is
cool.
crazy. Yeah, and my
That's very
character in
cool.
the movie is a horror icon called the Grog, but the director goes, "The Grog is you. The Grog is Kurt Deimer. I want you to be Kurt Deimer, and you're the Grog."
That's beautiful.
Okay, we can do that shit. Yeah, it was cool.
Nice.
Nice.
That's awesome, bro.
Where's the best place people can head along and support you with everything you got going on at the moment, mate?
Well, go to Kurt Deimer, KurtDeimer.com. Follow me on Facebook. Join the fam club on Facebook. Go to Instagram. Go to X. Go to YouTube. Everything's at Kurt Deimer. Just put my name in, Google it. You'll find everything. And Spotify, Apple, anywhere you stream music, you can find our music. And we've only just begun. So hopefully everybody, all your audience will spread the word. And I appreciate folks like you having me on and taking the time to really want to get the substance of what I'm all about.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for taking time with us, man. This is an honor.
Always, brother. Always. And anytime you want me on, just tell Shauna and I'll be there, man.
Absolutely.
I'm a man of the people. After every set, I go out, I meet everybody. I go after every set after me, meet everybody. I do this for humanity because we're all human beings. We all bleed. We all face tragedy and challenges in life, and I want to be a pillar of strength for everybody. So,
yeah, that's one good thing about being and going to these shows as well. When people like yourself get along and sit behind the merch stand and say good day to the fans, it also creates this sense of community. So people come into the show not necessarily coming in and see Mushroom Head or Buck Cherry, then they see Kurt Deimer and they're like, wow, man, that's so cool. Come down, say good day to you, then go back to their town and tell 20 of their fucking mates, blast on the stereo and go, oi, check this out. So, it really does mean a lot for people to get to these shows and support the community.
Yeah, because without them, I couldn't do what I do. So, and I realize that. And it's the right thing to do as far as my brain. So,
and that's something that has come up. It's kind of and you have these conversations, points do come up. That's something that has come up too. Like fans are that extra member that, they of the band. People don't realize that without the fans and the people going to these shows and buying the music and supporting Kurt Deimer, going to the shows, going to see your films, you know what I mean, and telling it keeps this scene going strong. And we really do need that because, there are more bands than the top 10 bands that the major publications talk about, and I love Slipknot and Corey Taylor and all that, but there's more going on in the world besides what Corey Taylor's got going on, you know what I mean? Like people like yourself that are busting your ass and bringing out this great music.
Yep, no, it's and they started somewhere back when they started, and I didn't start as early as a lot of these folks, but we're going to get there as quick as possible, and we'll play all over the world. So that's the goal.
That's it. Work hard, rock hard, play hard, spread positivity.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And we'll promote the hell out of you, sir.
Please do. I appreciate that very much.
Exactly. And we will get Kurt back on when the films are ready to be released, and we'll have a little bit more chat about the movies as well. Kurt, look, this has been an absolute pleasure, man. We're going to let you get about the rest of your night. Before we do, we're going to have last words, shout outs, thank yous, any pluggables you want to chuck in there, my friend. Go for it. Now's your time.
You want me just please follow us anywhere under Kurt, Kurt Deimer, Deimer. Listen to our music. I think you will find it refreshing. Call your local radio stations. Ask them why the hell they're not playing Kurt Deimer music yet. the only way we can get around the world and put on epic shows is with a fan base that's strong, and we call it the Kurt Deimer family, and that's what I'm all about. So welcome to the family if you're new to Kurt Deimer, and thank you for everything, you guys having me on, because without you, we wouldn't grow.
Sir.
So I think.
Sir, we're honored to have you, my friend.
Awesome, brother. Thank you so very much. Kurt Deimer, Hoodoo Gurus 2024. Let's fucking make it happen.
Let's make it
happen.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Oi, you're tuned in to Jai That Aussie Metal Guy, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of his sick content. And remember, stay brutal, you legend.